President Donald Trump signed yet another executive order yesterday, in this case to promote cryptocurrency in the US, which, if I'm not mistaken, I think he has billions of dollars invested in, which would seem to be somewhat of a conflict of interest. Am I onto something there?
Yeah, this is one of the things I'm most worried about because trashing the Constitution, et cetera, is so extreme, and it would take, they'd have to use up all their power and then probably get burned on it, and it would probably end disastrously, not just for the country, but for Trump. But on this crypto stuff, they're gonna do that. And my prediction is it's going to cost us an unreal amount of money. So this is the thing you should be focused on.
I have that concern, and I have a related concern, which we'll get to. But I do want to give people a little bit of the text from the executive order. It says, the digital asset industry plays a crucial role in innovation and economic development in the United States, as well as our nation's international leadership, which proves that you can literally type anything you want into an executive order. You just put it there and it's just words. It doesn't have to mean anything or be true or be connected to anything, but he said it. And shortly after the order was issued, the SEC rolled back accounting guidance that had deterred banks from getting involved with crypto. So I hadn't really thought about another great recession being caused by cryptocurrency, but I think we just took another big step towards that because all they've ever wanted to do is gamble. That's all crypto is, and they're now being told, no, it's totally cool. You can just take people's money and then gamble it in cryptocurrency. That seems like a disaster waiting to happen. Additionally, he announced that his administration will evaluate whether to create a, quote, national digital asset stockpile, making good on a promise to support the use of cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. You know how like we have a national reserve of oil in case of an emergency? This way, in case we desperately need Bitcoin or Doge or something, it'll be there just in case. Now, he didn't actually set it up, and some crypto advocates had been pushing for that. So this does not go as far as they perhaps wanted. They wanted Bitcoin. They say that Bitcoin is the new digital gold, which doesn't mean anything, but it sounds kind of cool in a techie sort of way. And they say we need to have a reserve just like we do with gold, as if they're similar. So anyway, the big issue that I have with this is that Donald Trump, like with TikTok, was very clear in his first term, it's a scam. And he is now very supportive of it. Now, I'm not calling that hypocritical because I don't think he's changed his mind. I think he knows very well that it's still a scam, but he also found out this week that he can make literally billions of dollars by being a part of the scam. So that's worrying that what he does here will have ramifications for his own wealth beyond anything you can imagine. The stuff they were saying about Hunter Biden making money and Joe Biden, that is orders of magnitude smaller than what we're seeing here. Also, the crypto lobby already put more than $130 million into congressional races the last time around. So there's a huge financial component there for elections, but also my biggest fear, and maybe I'm panicking, you let me know, is he set up his meme coin or whatever, and cryptocurrency is very difficult to track. Huge sums of money are going around. You can be an international person living in another country. What is stopping basically untraceable massive sums of money being transferred to Donald Trump and his family through this coin or through his actual crypto platform that he set up, where presumably that would be very buttressed by this sort of executive order? I feel like we've been focusing a lot on the evil of the last few days, but I think the corruption might dwarf the cruelty and the unconstitutionality. I think he has set up the possibility of bribery beyond any prior president's wildest fantasies.
That's only 100% true. So I think that here's how Trump's thinking on it went. This crypto stuff's a scam. Wait a minute, this crypto stuff's a scam. Okay, remember, he's a legendary con man. He had a fake university, he had a fake charity, he had to pay fines for both of them, admit that he was guilty. And remember what he's famous for in business. He always tips his investors. So, and he literally says, well, it's good business, you take their money and then you don't pay them back. No, that's not good business, that's just you being a con man. So when he realized, oh my God, this is the con of all cons, he went, con! And so, look, there's tons of bad news here. I'll give you a tiny bit of good news. as you guys, a lot of you know, been going on some right-wing shows or people that, and everybody's all over the board. Some of them are not really quite right-wing, but I was on it with a guy who voted for Trump yesterday. And when I mentioned Trump's meme coin, he's like, oh yeah, that's a scam. Yeah, the meme coins are scams. And Trump's meme coin is definitely a scam. So there are a lot of people who support Trump who are like, yeah, no, we get it. He's definitely robbing people there. Okay, so that's, and guys, remember, he's not robbing us, so you don't have to pay, like, I'm gonna tell you how he's gonna rob us in a second. But you don't have to, he's gonna make billions, and if that drives you crazy, I hear you, brothers and sisters, and it drives me crazy because he's never earned any of it, right? In my opinion. But in this one, he's just robbing his own supporters. And his, like the ring around him is robbing his supporters because they all buy in low. Trump already has 80% of it, right? And so the way that they make money is when Trump supporters come in and buy it and drive up the price, and then they dump it on them. And so when they dump it on them, and let's say that it started at $10 and it went to $50, and it gets to $50, they sell, so they just made $40 per share. You know, these are all examples. So they're super happy. The Trump insiders got rich off of that, and then it'll go from 50 to 0. Oh, that's your $50. So if you're MAGA, you're gonna lose that money. But you say, hey, I know it's speculation and I wanna get in and then dump it on some other sucker. Hey, that's your business, it's a free country. And then you get burned on it, it's a free country, okay? But there's two giant problems, and I gotta get to Nina here because some of this actually affected her personally. But yeah, one is that other countries and companies and individuals can easily bribe Trump through this because you just buy his meme coin and he has 80% of it, he just keeps your money. It's the easiest bribe in the world, and you won't be able to stop it. So I think that is going to happen for 4 straight years. And I told you coming in, number one thing he's gonna do is rob the place, because that's who he is, he's a robber, right? Like all the moral stuff that we're worried about, that's all distraction. He doesn't care about that. If he thought he could effectively rob people by being a saint, then he would have been a saint, right? He's just distracting you with all the other stuff so that he can get rich on this stuff. So now the main issue I have on the policy here is digital stockpile. Wait a minute, when the crypto guys started all of this, they said, we're doing this because we don't want government. Government is bad, and we don't get your stinking government hands off our crypto. We don't want any government regulation. They're like, oh, now it's worthless? Oh, the government guarantees it, now it's worth something. Okay, isn't that a beautiful magic trick? Now, let me ask you guys this. I'm gonna read from CNBC of all places. Crypto investors, companies and executives accounted for almost half of corporate donations in the 2024 election cycle. The corporate donations in this cycle were monstrous, were enormous, and they had half of them. Do you think they did that out of their goodness of their heart? Oh, just because they care so much about the general welfare? Or do you think they thought, well, who cares if we put in 100 million, 200 million, or 400 million? We're gonna take billions of fake money and have the American taxpayers guarantee it. And if things go badly, we'll just take it from the American taxpayers. So of course it's worth it to do endless bribes because we're gonna make 10 times, 100 times that money. So that robbery is headed like a freight train right towards you. And I know the right wing will never believe it. And at this point, the right wing loves crypto more than they love Trump. So this is the thing they'll get most angry about. They'll be livid and, but you don't understand crypto, you don't understand Bitcoin, you don't understand this. We got this. Well, if you got this, then don't come and ask us to back up your fake money. I don't want my real money and taxpayer money going to your fake money. Oh, if it's not, and I know what they're gonna say now. It's not fake, you don't know anything about it. Good, if it's real, then you keep it. Enjoy it, it's a free country. Go nuts with it. Don't ask me to guarantee it. If it's real, it's real. The only reason you want me to guarantee it is because it's fake and you know it's fake. Go and cry about it. All right, Nina, this affected you because they said these crypto bros spent the money against you and you were gonna win that seat in Ohio until these sons of bitches came in.
That's exactly right, Cenk. I'm having flashbacks just listening to you and John talk. Bankman-Fried was the main one. Yes, crypto came in like a storm. And I remember like it was yesterday getting a call from one of the people working on my campaign saying that he had heard the rumor that Bankman-Fried was gonna jump into this race, that he was gonna make some calls and try to head it off. It was all crypto. It was all based on me believing that both Israelis and Palestinians have a right to safety, security, freedom, those little things like that. But yeah, it came in like a storm. And the same thing happened, we know, to Bush and also to Bowman. And as you just laid out, Cenk, the amount of money that they spent both on the Democratic side and the Republican side, because both of these parties are captured. I want our audience to understand this. They are captured by corporate power. This is crony capitalism at its worst, in our face. And as far as President Donald J. Trump is concerned, he was against it before he was for it, and as long as it works out for him, he is for it. And Cenk, your point about government get out of our way, only if government backs what we want to have happen, then we like the government. If it's not backing what we want, then we don't like the government. I hope that the everyday people of this nation are seeing that these folks are playing in our face, which is another reason why not just conscious-minded folks should unite. We need working class people from all walks of life to come together, because unless you have a trust fund, unless you have a sugar mama, a sugar daddy, or a sugar somebody, we are all at peril with these fools. He is like the wizard, don't look behind the curtain, and definitely the shell game, baby. This is what President Donald J. Trump is doing, coming in the door.
100%.
Yeah. I have one more prediction, because I made some bold predictions saying that Trump has some percentage chance of going right in some of policy issues, right? A small minority of issues, and people got really mad about that, et cetera, right? So I'll make a bold prediction that the right wing get mad about, so we'll all be even, okay? So if they don't rob us at all through crypto in Trump's 4 years, I'll come back out and apologize and say, I was wrong. No, they never ran any scam. They said they didn't need the government, and they didn't use the government. They didn't, they just did whatever they do, and they running their thing, and they didn't use the government to rob the American people at all. And I'll come out and say it, right? But I think they're almost definitely going to do that. And so that's my prediction. And then when they do, there's something that they're miscalculating. David Sachs, who's running this program, and all the other people, Elon Musk, and all these guys who are involved. If I'm right, and they take, look, I think the numbers will be so gigantic, it'll boggle the imagination. If you take that much money from the taxpayers, you're inviting a wrath like you have never seen. Because the country's already a tinderbox. Well, we're already angry, and we're already angry at the oligarchs and the elites and the donor class that keep taking and taking and taking. And if we were angry at the banks, we were angry at the oil companies, we're angry at the pharmaceutical companies. But if the crypto bros and the oligarchs and the tech guys rob us even more, imagine the rage there's going to be in this country, and not just from the left, but also from the right who got robbed.
Yeah.
So buyer beware all around.
Yeah, and if he is ripping off right wingers, I mean, we've already seen over the last year their willingness to engage in political violence, the attempts on Trump's life from MAGA people, like it could be even worse.
I'll say on that, look, 222. I hope none of that happens.
Obviously.
I hope nothing physical ever happens to anyone on any political side. I'm just being realistic with you guys that there's only so much the donors can poke the average American. There's only so much the donors can take from the average American before people go, I don't give a goddamn what media says, whether it's mainstream media or right-wing media. I got eyes and ears. It's the frickin' donors. The donors control everything. And then Trump said he was gonna drain the swamp and that he wasn't gonna be controlled by the donors. And if his donors rob us, I'm telling you, not just the left, not just independents, but a portion of his base is gonna go, oh, you son of a bitch. You were just another trick, another trap for the donors to rob us again. And it will be a straw that breaks the camel's back.
I'm gonna send everyone a break with a prediction. So I already predicted the SEC telling banks they should invest in crypto that's your next big recession. They should start planning the next movie, the next Big Short. The second one is crypto got massively into the elections. They're gonna start first perhaps advertising on CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, and then they're gonna start investing to control those networks because they're gonna need hosts going on there and telling people like maybe this is a good idea. They buy CNBC or they get involved with Fox Business. They start telling people like, yeah, no, I know it's failing constantly, and Donald Trump is basically, he's put out Hawk Coin or whatever, but you should get involved in it. I feel like that could be the next big thing, the same way pharma and big energy has.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR, so those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.